This right here is the 2023 Lexus RC F. Now I'm gonna give you guys an outside walk around, an inside tour, and now I wanna know if you'd buy this over a BMW M4. Okay, I know your answer is gonna be no, because this is slower, it's really expensive, and it's slower. So with that, I really think you should compare this on the used market in a couple years when it starts to hold its value really well, but still depreciates to a point where for that price, it becomes competitive to, let's say, what an E92 M3 is gonna be like for that price, where it's a V8, that thing's pretty heavy. I think this one has potential to be a very good bargain down the road. But this is a 2023 model, so let's see what you get for it. Starting with the front design, I mean, this thing has that flare yellow paint, and it looks so good. It's got a nice metallic flare to it with the paint. Kind of take a closer look at the edges. You can see it just shines so nicely in the light. I think it's worth the premium. It looks so good in person if the camera isn't picking it up. But let's take a look at the rest of the design features and see what you get. Starting with the front, the huge spindle grille. I mean, look, BMW's trying the big grills. They're getting a little bit of controversy for it. Lexus has been doing it, and on this model, it looks so good. You get a nice big Lexus badge, and this one does have the carbon fiber package. So with that, you get the carbon fiber front lip, and it's really aggressive. You are gonna scrape this thing, as someone has done it already, but it extends really nice and far out here. You also get functional vents here to feed air into your heat exchangers. I mean, this front grille is just one big vent that feeds air. And then you get the sharp LED daytime running light with your triple beam projectors right here. Looks amazing, and it fits the body lines really nicely. If you look at the top of the hood real quick, you see there's this vent here. It's a heat extractor, and it extracts that hot air from the engine bay, which is important because it reduces lift as well. Hot air in under a hood is basically like a hot air balloon pushing that hood up, causing lift. So you want to have that on there. If you take a look at the wheels real quick, let's look at this package. These have the light 19-inch wheels with 6-piston Brembo brakes that aren't orange and have the F badge on them. And they're wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires that measure 255/35 R19s. Really cool wheel package, awesome brakes, and they got some nice sticky rubber from the factory as part of that carbon package. If you come along the side here, you'll see there's another functional vent. And the purpose of this vent is to take air that builds up underneath the wheel well, so high pressure air, and it extracts it out to the side. So ultimately also reducing lift in that capacity. You get the nice F badge here, which looks nice, very tasteful, very classy. And if you look down below, you also got the full carbon fiber side skirt, which looks really nice. It's very tastefully done. Coming up top to the mirror cap, you do have black finish up top, paint match on the bottom half, and then all the surrounds are blacked out, which is great. And then the most important reason you get the carbon package is because of the carbon fiber roof. Full carbon fiber, looks amazing, lowers your center of gravity, helps keep that structural rigidity on the top, because you don't want to put a sunroof on this thing, which is basically a hole in your roof. Raise the CG, you reduce that structural integrity. You don't want that. I feel like the ones with the carbon package are gonna be the ones that really hold their value well, and the ones that enthusiasts are gonna want to keep. Coming around the back, same wheel package on the back with a 19-inch wheel, sticky tires. They are staggered and have 275/35 R19s. They're wider in the rear than they are the front, which is nice to see. The other things you get as part of the carbon package is down here. You get a carbon fiber diffuser, which is nice, aggressive, really cool design to them. I like that. Obviously it's the F, so you get the quad stacked exhaust like that. Iconic. These are real exhaust tips, nothing fake about them. And then you do get nice LED taillights right here. Look great, very sharp. RCF badging on the trunk. And then this spoiler, it is automatically deploying at higher speeds, full carbon fiber, as you can see here. And I'll show you guys how to lift that up when we get inside. But let's look at trunk space while we're back here. Press this, lift it up. You get a decent amount, nothing crazy. You don't really get this car because of the practicality. You can fit some stuff, some groceries, you know, you're pretty much chilling back here. Nothing to write home about. All right, let's open up the hood and let's talk about the engine, because at least that's what I care about the most for this vehicle. So you get hood struts on this beautiful, beautiful engine. Look, just take a look at it. Yes, it is covered in plastic, but that blue, you see the runners for your intake? That's actually not fake. That's real. They're not plastic. They are metal, and they're hot, so don't touch it, because I did, and I can confirm it is hot. It's a 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 that makes 472 horsepower, 395 pound-feet of torque, naturally aspirated. Guys, 2023, we don't see these. These are dinosaurs. They don't exist anymore. So to have one like this, and it sounds amazing, I'll put an exhaust clip for you guys, it's just not common these days. you get slower, but you also get something that sounds better. So I like that they're keeping it. The fact that it's still around is amazing, even though not many people are buying them. But it's ultimately what makes this thing special and gives it character. All right, guys, hopping inside really quickly. I'm gonna turn this thing on because it is hot outside. Let's start with the door real quick, because I want to show you guys, as part of the carbon fiber package, you do get carbon fiber on the door, right where the switch gear is for your lock, unlock, and your mirrors. That's carbon fiber, and this does have the white interior, so you get white leather right next to that, and then black Alcantara suede with that contrast stitching. So it's white stitching on black suede or black stitching on white leather. You get a speaker grill down there, and then right next to that is your door pocket, which isn't too big, but it's still nice to see. Come along inside here to the dash. You do get carbon fiber here. It's not super, it kind of looks like they just kind of had to put carbon fiber in here. It's on the glove box, so nothing crazy, but it's a nice touch. Just show a little extra effort they put into it. But let's look at these seats. These seats are amazing. These are probably my favorite seats of anything I've been in this class, just because of the way they look. They look beautiful. That's nice stitching work, but they're also really supportive and very comfortable. And if you look back up top, you'll see you got the F embroidered up here. Looks so nice. And even though these little holes right here aren't functional, it's kind of like reminiscent of what you'd see on like seats that have like pass-throughs for a 5-point harness. This doesn't have that, but I still think it looks so good. They're heated, ventilated, and have perforated leather, so they're really functional as well for daily use. Come on inside here. You do have a large touchscreen that has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it is a touchscreen, so you do no longer have to use the trackpad that's down here. We'll get to that in a bit. So it's more modern, which is great. And you get your analog clock, which is analog and old, but it's dated interior, and we know that. Physical AC controls, which we appreciate in 2023. Those are going away, as you guys have been seeing. Physical tune and volume knob, a CD player for your compact disc drive. Heated ventilated seat control, heated steering wheel control, your automatic transmission, which does its job. Drive mode selector right here with a launch button, traction control off, and a brake hold, which is nice. And then this is your trackpad, which if you get used to it, it works and it's pretty useful, and there's just a learning curve to it, but nothing wrong with it. You can still use it for Apple CarPlay, you can use it for the Lexus infotainment system standard, and it has nice little haptic feedback, which is nice. Come down here, you do have a center console, not super deep, but it can fit stuff with a 12-volt and then USB-A ports and an aux jack right there. And it is lined, nice padded. It's not super super supple, but it's Alcantara right here, which is nice. But let's come along and look at what we get on the driver's side. All right, so on the driver's side, let's start with the doors real quick. You get the same carbon fiber treatment, same switch gears. You get more switch gears with your driver and passenger windows, lock, unlock. But right here, you do not get any memory seat adjustments, just your mirror controls. Even though these are power seats, you do not get any settings, which is unfortunate, honestly. Going down here to this little portion, you have your blind spot monitoring, and then this button right here, if I go to press it once, it'll lift up the carbon fiber roof. So you want to take a look at that real quick, show them what it's like when it's up, and then I'll bring it back down. All right, so this is what it looks like. I press and hold it to bring it down, and then I get a confirmation on the button that it's off, and I press it once, and it lifts it up. So really nice, not a huge, angle of attack or some huge translation in motion, but it's still really cool that you can manually open it, you can manually lift or bring it down, but it comes up automatically at speed, so that's nice. You do get, I'll just close these vents real quick. Up top, you get a nice Alcantara on the surround for your gauge cluster display. So up top, you get nice Alcantara on the gauge cluster display surround. So, helps reduce glare, which is nice. And it obviously covers the older school, but still yet modern, digital, hybrid. I guess there's digital cockpit right there in the middle. And if I change my drive mode, you get the different animations in there, which is cool. And then next to that is an analog speedometer, which is really tiny and no one really cares about. Going on to the steering wheel, it's old school, but it still looks really nice even in 2023. Physical buttons, but you got everything you want. You have your, hang up and answer buttons, your menu buttons, the volume, track, cruise control, and then your paddle shifters, which is great. And you do get a nice little F badge down here. Coming down on the door sill real quick, you get a nice Lexus here, and then on the pedal box, you get aluminum pedals, which is nice. I'll take my feet away so you guys can see that. Nice aluminum pedals right there. And then Lexus RC F on the floor mat. So nice branding over there. What I'm gonna do real quick is hop in the back seats. Because I'm 5'8", I fit behind myself, no problem. You just wanna lift this up here, get the seatbelt out of the way. You lift this little toggle here, slides forward automatically using the power assist, obviously. And once it's pushed all the way forward, I just tuck in here and hop in. And behind myself, I sit no problem. I'm gonna keep this forward. Trust me, it's fine. Back here, you do not get too much. You get some little baby vents. You get a nice little 2-cup holder with this divider you can pull out. And then you get this little armrest, which I can fit my finger in, and it just kind of sits there. Nothing crazy back here. They didn't really care about having people back here. I don't think it's much different than like an M4, C63 coupe, things of that nature. People can fit here in a pinch if you need them to. Otherwise, you're not really gonna fit them. Okay, so is this as modern as a BMW M3, M4, or C63? No, but is that a bad thing? Not necessarily. It has a lot of the tech that you need day to day, and it's still got a very unique powertrain, a unique chassis setup, and this one has a unique paint job, and the carbon treatment with the roof and everything really make it special. Is it competitive? No, but that's obviously reflective in what people are buying today. I really still think that this has a very unique value proposition that will last. I think in 5-10 years, we're gonna be looking at this car and thinking it's a very special offering to buy. And with the way these things hold their value and the way these things are reliable down the road with the powertrain and transmission, just like the ISF, I think people are gonna start picking these up. Since the cops are here and they're gonna pull us over because we have gone 0 miles per hour during this entire review, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.